Right, these are my partially made Kurinuki cups. They've dried for 2 days and 2 nights, and then they were put in a bag till I had time. So the first thing you do is you start to remove a bit more of the inside with, let's say, with the flat loop tool here. So I'm going to carve a little bit around the rim. Not too close. And another layer like that. You see all this scrap here? If you're at home, you want to be recycling that into a bucket. Once you've got a full bucket, you can soak it down with water and then lay it out on a board till it gets to the right consistency and hand wedge it back into balls for making more cups. And if you keep a wet sponge for your table, just to keep the dust down, because ceramic dust is not healthy to breathe. Back to my cup. So, if you can see, I'm taking more out. Right, try not to take too much off or you will end up with a little hole. I'll tell you what to do about that in a second. A good way to avoid going too thin and making a hole is to always feel the outside. This is quite hard now. Feel the outside, and as you get thinner and thinner, you can almost feel the thickness of the clay with your hand on the outside. So if you accidentally go too thin and make a little hole, what I do is take a little bit of damper clay and patch the hole, make it good again, and then wrap the whole thing in a plastic bag and leave it for 24 hours to even out the dampness. You can't do that on a dry cup, but you can do it on a leather hard cup like this. And then the next day you can just continue where you left off. Little secret there. Okay. I will continue taking out more. And I'll try and keep my hand behind what I'm doing so that I don't accidentally make it too thin. And even at the base, keep your finger there. Feel it when you're getting close, so you don't take too much off. So, I did one earlier, like this. You can see the marks where I came up the sides. So, to do the rest, I'm going to take a metal kidney and I'm going to sit down because it's going to take a while and I don't want to damage the foot too much by bumping it on a hard surface, so I'll hold it on my knee. So I'm starting this at 10:48. that gives me some idea how long this takes. I'll sit down where the light's better too. Okay, so basically just using this kidney to get smooth insides. Don't go too near the top yet. Keep that fairly thick and keep a damp sponge to keep the top damp, because it easily dries out a little bit too much and goes crumbly. Okay, I'll just continue doing this and along the bottom too until I've hollowed it to my satisfaction. Right, do you see how hollowed that out that is, and how smooth it is for a drinking cup? It's really important to keep your hand on the outside at all times so you can feel how thin you're making it. I think it's actually something you could probably do blindfold. You begin to feel the thickness of the cup. And the time is 11:09, so that's how long that took me. Now I'm going to do the rim. So it's actually almost a little bit flexible, and you feel as if you're stretching it a bit with a kidney as you're scraping away. So I'm afraid I've just cracked it a little bit here. So I'm going to have to make it a bit shorter than I intended, this cup. But I would always do this anyway. I would trim the rim to get a good starting point for a flat rim. So you can test it with your mouth to see if it feels right to drink from. No harm in that. When you're happy with the edge, then you can refine anything on the outside that you wish to. I don't think I'm going to do much to this one. And then finally refine the foot. Because it's got a little bit damaged in there in the process of carving the inside. I'm just rounding that off. Oops. That's enough. And I'll take my penny and just make that a bit wider there, I think. Right, resist the urge to do too much to it. Go back to this one, and when I've done this one to the same stage, I will show you how to do a handle if you'd like to, and how to dry them out.